Let's say, hypothetically, I'm a Barbie girl. Okay, let's even say I'm in a Barbie world. Right, so in this scenario, I would obviously know from personal experience that life in plastic is fantastic. Wouldn't it be reasonable to assume you could brush my hair and undress me literally everywhere? Imagination you can derive from the fundamentals of basic logic that life is your creation.
If you have had any interaction or any exposure to the modern day conservative movement, you would realize that it is completely a joke. Nothing ever gets done. We never talk about anything actually important. All of the big figureheads are just part of the deep state, to be completely honest with you. They are all controlled opposition. Nobody is really on our side. And they show this time and time again. The newest matter for mainstream conservatives to be angry about is the Barbie movie, because that is worth our time. In a shocking turn of events, grown conservative men don't enjoy the Barbie movie. I know, very shocking. Hollywood is still woke. I know, crazy, right? What were they expecting? It is a Hollywood movie made for young girls. Of course it's going to be filled with feminist propaganda. Of course it's going to be full of man hate. Of course it's going to be anti-family. Of course it's going to be anti-conservative. What did you expect? It's a Hollywood movie. And even if it wasn't Hollywood, why do you think this is something you're gonna love? Why were you going into this with such high expectations? It's the Barbie movie. The Barbie movie. It was never meant for you. It wasn't made for grown men. It was made for little girls. The market for this was never you. But you know what? Naturally, what conservatives are going to do is spend their time on Barbie reviews. Okay, so just look at this for a second with me. Okay, Ben Shapiro destroys the Barbie movie for 43 minutes. This man spent an hour of his life, or I guess 43 minutes, taking down the Barbie movie, because that's what we needed. I guarantee he didn't say anything interesting in this 43 minutes. He won't actually call out the legitimate problems, because it's Bot Shapiro. What do you expect? This man mocked fellow conservatives for going against the vaccine. But think about all the good Ben Shapiro could be doing. Look at this. 6.1 million subscribers. Let that sink in. That is a huge number. It is not only a huge number in general for subscribers, for a media head, especially a conservative one, those numbers are unparalleled. There are very, very few people who get even close to that subscriber range. Look at the rest of the Daily Wire. I mean, they are all very well off for conservatives, but none of them are going to be getting over like 5 million, but Ben Shapiro's here with 6 million. 1.4 million views in 2 days. Who is watching this? What conservatives watch for 43 minutes? Watch a grown man destroy the Barbie movie? 1.4 million views. Who is the target audience of this? Who wants to watch it? But yeah, we're gonna take a look at this review for like a couple minutes. We're not gonna watch the full 43 minutes because I don't hate my life. But yeah, we'll take a look because I just want to see exactly how terrible this is and how much of a waste of time millions of conservatives go. Actually, let's look at the comments before we start this. Yeah, they're not up. Never mind. Yeah, we're done. We're gonna jump right in.
So the things I do for my audience, my producers dragged me to go see Barbie movie.
Oh, poor
Barbie,
you.
the movie. And
Ben Shapiro owns the Daily Wire. I don't know why he acts like he was forced into this.
And I have thoughts. This video is
He has to make
make
excuses for the fact that he wanted to go watch the Barbie movie.
Begin with my generalized assessment of the movie. This movie is not just a piece of shit. This movie is a flaming piece of dog shit piled atop an entire dumpster on fire, piled atop a landfill filled with dog shit. It is one of the worst movies I've ever seen. On every possible level, it is a horrific movie. The only thing that can be said for this film is production design. The production design is really nice. The costumes are really nice. Also, it's really hard to screw that up. It's really hard to screw that up because you literally have this to model after. All you have to do is this, but big. Okay? It's really not tough. But Put aside all of the beautiful costumes, which is there for the ladies, and all of the production design and the Barbie universe and all of that. Every joke that happens in this film happens basically within the first 45 seconds of the film. So, for example, Barbie turns on the water and there's no water. Ooh, because, like in Barbie house, there's no actual water. Do you get it? And then she drinks, but there's no actual liquid in the actual cup. Oh my God, because she's a Barbie doll. Oh, I get it. Okay, that's all the jokes. There are no more jokes for the rest of the film. The movie's a show. Okay, so conceptual.
I just don't understand what he expected. Like, all he has to say was, it's a bad movie. Like, whoa, it's a Hollywood Barbie movie. Barbie could have been funny. I'll give him that. Like, it's unfortunate that our movies suck today. But I don't understand how people don't expect it at this point. Why are people surprised that, one, people hate men? Whoa, shocker. That's the modern West. I know. Get used to it. Two, it's gonna be feminist propaganda. Feminist propaganda is pushed into everything. From what I've seen, like, looked into some reviews of it just because, like, curiosity, Everybody's just like, oh, no, they explicitly use the word patriarchy. I guess it opens up with a scene of, like, babies destroying baby dolls, like, young girls destroying baby dolls as a crash against motherhood or something. And it's like, how do we not expect this at this point? Don't bring your daughters to see this. It's going to brainwash them. This movie is not good for us. It's clearly a negative for society. But it's Hollywood. Like, the Witch's Stick. Why are you surprised that the place named after the Witch's Stick, Hollywood, why are you surprised that it's going to put out anti-Christian messages? Anti-traditional messages. I know. Huge shocker.
The movie is a show. I want to ask this. Who's the intended audience for this film? Who's the intended audience for this film? So I'll tell you who the intended audience for this film is. And I can tell two ways. One, the previews on the film, and two, the people in the audience. So the intended audience for this film is moms and their 8-year-old daughters.
Yeah, it's not for you, Ben Shapiro. Shocker.
That's the intended audience for the film. I know because the previews for the film were all kids' movies. I'm talking like G or PG rated kids' films. We're talking like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or Trolls 4 or whatever it is. Those were all the previews, right? All the previews are actually directed at what the audience is supposed to be for this film. And if you look in the audience, it's a bunch of moms, like youngish moms, middle-aged moms, with their like 6, 7, 8-year-old girls. That's the entire crew. This movie is not made for any of those people. In fact, this movie is...
Yeah, you know what? I don't want to waste my time anymore with this, and I'm not going to waste your guys' time, so we're going to cut it a little short. But, I mean, come on. This movie wasn't made for you. It's a shocker. I know. You're not going to like it. Hollywood is woke. Get used to it. Talk about anything useful for once. You will never hear Ben Shapiro go after anybody that actually matters. He is quiet. He is controlled opposition. He wastes conservative time by destroying the Barbie movie for 43 minutes because there wasn't anything better he could talk about in a 43-minute time frame. That is more than enough time to cover very extensive topics that not a lot of people know about that he could truly expose with that 6.12 million subscribers. But of course you won't because he's Ben Shapiro, he's paid opposition, and he is part of a certain group that I'm sure you all know. So, I'm not saying that plays a role, but I'm not saying it doesn't either, so take that with what you will. But, like I said, I'm going to wrap it up here, so if you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, share, I greatly appreciate it, but like I said, I'm heading out, so long, peace out, and God bless y'all.